What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's Lex, and today we're going to be talking about the return of the two-time Dr. Disrespect. So a couple of days ago, Dr. Disrespect finally has returned to streaming, and he actually addresses a lot of what happened the last couple months. The last thing we knew about him is he gave out a statement saying exactly what was going on and the reason that he got banned during Twitch. And his tweet has this to say. It says, "Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut to the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Gaming Studio." So apparently he was actually building the game while all this was kind of transpiring. And this is kind of his, or maybe a collaboration of a game studio that he was working with. Unfortunately, after all this was revealed, I think they ended up parting ways. So that's what ended up happening with this gaming studio. I think they were building a whole FPS, kind of try to rival Call of Duty. I think he spoke about it a few times throughout the couple of years. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredible, talented, and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. So yes, he goes into, them deciding to want to, part ways and all that. I mean, this is kind of a really big accusation that is going on. And it's just crazy to think that, one of the biggest streamers is, apparently texting a minor. But, it's kind of not crazy to think either, because a lot of, high profile YouTubers at the moment have been also accused of that. So it's really crazy. This whole minor thing and age thing and consent thing is just insane. Like, it's just happening everywhere now. Everyone has been wanting to know why I've been banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. So yeah, this whole Twitch ban was kind of a whole topic of conversation for the last couple of years. Ever since it happened, no one really knew what was going on. There was rumors here and there. It was brought up as jokes, but no one really understood why it happened or what was the reasons going on with it. After this statement, it seems like Dr. Disrespect ended up having an answer, and there was actually, negotiations behind the scenes about what actually did transpire to get him banned. So, it's pretty crazy to think that, they knew all along. Although maybe we should have realized that, especially since they are big streamers. I'm pretty sure there's like big lawsuits going on in the moment. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. So apparently, former Twitch employees ended up kind of, leaking out information about what was going on. A lot of people were kind of speculating about what was happening. So when they actually revealed that, this is kind of him admitting a little bit of what was going on. It was kind of speculation until Dr. Disrespect addressed this, himself on this tweet. Were the Twitch whispers messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Okay, so this is the big thing right here. When he kind of exposed himself right here, saying that he had messaged individual minors, it was kind of like a shocking moment for everybody, especially if you're kind of a two-time fan. It's crazy to think that, one of the biggest streamers was kind of texting a minor. There is no ifs, ands, or buts when you're texting a minor. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were mutual conversations that sometimes lead too much into the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Leading too much into the direction of being inappropriate is really bad. Like, there is just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, you cannot justify that. If it was getting inappropriate, then there should have been a more grander conversation going on than having these inappropriate conversations. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. So apparently nothing illegal happened, whatever that means. I don't know what he meant by inappropriate. That can be interpreted in many ways, but it's still, at this point, you probably shouldn't be messaging a minor, right? Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. But I don't know about the too much legal jargon, because, did they settle this behind closed doors? So we'll see what ended up happening with them. Now, from a moral standpoint, I absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. See, a lot of these guys end up trying to do this where it's kind of an accountability thing, but in reality, it's like, oh, you still kind of did the crime. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. definitely stupid. She really thought about what you were doing. That doesn't even mention how long they were actually texting. There is not really like anything to really tell us exactly how long they were texting, what they were texting. It's very vague. Now, with all this said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks on labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destructive zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows fucking yeah. To say all this and to reveal all this was kind of shocking to the fans. It was shocking to even myself. I'm a Dr. Disrespect fan, but not as much of a fan anymore, if I am at all. So this was kind of a reveal that happened, let's see, on August 14, maybe a couple months ago. So when all this transpired, everyone went into a blaze, and it was just crazy at the moment, dude. For him to be leaving not only his gaming studio, him leaving live streaming, a lot of his streamer friends, kind of going against him as well. I mean, I don't freaking, blame them for doing so, because you shouldn't be talking to a minor in the first place, even if these inappropriate conversations equal meaning, like, sexting or whatever. But he ended up coming back to stream a couple days ago, kind of addressing everything that was going on, and we'll get into that video right now.
Yeah, just keep ignoring the issue and putting up this act. God, I'm so concerned and worried about everyone else's problems except mine, because I'm dealing with a deeper depression and I like to project. Oh, champs. So glad you're back. Hey, I appreciate it, Shane. It's good to be.
You got to think that there's still a lot of fans of this guy. There's still a lot of fans who still, are going to be watching him just like this. There's still R. Kelly fans. There's still Diddy fans. There's a lot of people who are still going to support the artist. May not believe the allegations at all. I mean, at the end of the day, there's still allegations.
Be back to a certain degree, right? We got to figure out this monetization thing. So September 25th is basically when we can reapply for partnership on YouTube, For almost...
Oh, so he definitely lost partnership, huh? I did not know that fact.
4 years. Champs. The public demanded to hear from the doc regarding the Twitch suspension. I guess since you all...
You can see why now he was kind of dismissing it over the last couple of years, not getting into it specifically, but now that we know that he knew, it's pretty crazy.
Missed the point with my personal statement. Maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
Oh, no, here we go.
You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know.
I really wonder if he knew beforehand what was going on, or the lawsuit was just kind of, getting ready and prepared for what might be ahead of him and trying to get ahead of those things before it actually was revealed. But who knows what the plan of attack was with his lawyers.
But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. And again, champs, I respected all the confidential obligations.
I really wonder how long ago the lawsuit started. Like, how long ago had to be quiet, Because he was quiet for some time, It was not really brought up that much after that.
But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors.
Oh, there's the name.
Ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved. Leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later. Cody, why do this?
So this is a guy who I feel like initiated the whole conversation and the leaks about it. I really wonder what the reason was. I guess he was saying disgruntled employee. Maybe he had some resentment towards Twitch. Who knows what the reasons were, but I feel like he was the one who kind of pushed forward this whole leak and allegations towards him.
What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. Well, I mean, for what?
Oh, it was 2020.
Cody, why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me?
I'm sure he knew the repercussions about it, but I'm sure there was also maybe a moral thing for him. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for the guy, but there had to be a lot of things thought out. It couldn't just have been spontaneous like that.
Cody Connors? You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages?
I mean, okay, dude, like, look, how close to the fire was he, though? Like, how close? I mean, he Dr. Disrespect even admitted on his original tweet, like, okay, was it that too crazy for him to say that out loud?
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is?
What is the legal definition?
I do.
Okay.
And yeah, I used Twitch's Whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was...
I mean, Dr. Disrespect used the word minor, right?
Emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't. Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at...
Wait, but didn't he in his tweets originally say that? I don't understand.
TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well.
Okay, but then what was the settlement about? What was that all about? Was it the lawsuit against Twitch as being like terminated against one another? What exactly was going on? Because if that wasn't like a point to use against him, like, or maybe he was saying that wasn't actually the reason that he got banned. But still, it conflicts his tweet here talking about texting somebody a minor back in 2017. He said the answer is yes. So, I mean, his answers are kind of conflicting here. It's weird.
I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now. Don't you think, champs? They act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They report on all this based on leaks from two former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team. If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask.
Why would they want to lie? Why would they want to lie about something like that? If they originally were working for that, I just think maybe, who knows, this is kind of trying to assassinate their character maybe at the same time, but who knows, man. It's too much
these
going
former
on.
Trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images.
But he was still talking to a minor inappropriately. Is that still not? Maybe it's not sexting, but that's still not okay?
Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit.
I mean, this just happened with what's his name, Chris Tyson, or the guy from Mr. Beast, like the conversations that were going on between them in Discord and all that stuff. Like, I don't know exactly what they were talking about, but I know that it was extremely inappropriate, talking about kind of sex and all this, their employees, and kind of all this disgusting thing that was going on behind the scenes. So, I mean, you could still be doing bad and may not be, addressing that. You still could be doing like bad things to minors, because you probably shouldn't be talking to a minor in that way.
Messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened.
It's not okay.
I even used the word inappropriate purposely.
That's a vague statement.
And look at how it's defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles.
I don't blame them, because look at how it was all set up. It was talking about a minor. It was talking about not only that, but before that, it was leaks about talking about it. Like, it's just kind of how the narrative narrowed into that. And I guess that may be why Dr. Disrespect is frustrated, because he knows, quote unquote, the truth, or rather his truth.
Sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words? And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here.
That's true. Did the alleged victim ever come out? I don't think they ever did. But that was probably because of the whole... Were they even involved in the legal case? Shit.
We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff.
See, that's why, dude, that's why you probably shouldn't do that. That's probably why you shouldn't, be talking to them, because of the same reason. It's cool to interact with it, your viewers and stuff, but boundaries.
Of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years. I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right? Literally. The face of the platform. And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the 2-time.
Yeah, he definitely got alienated over time, right? I wonder if it was because of the whole thing. I mean, shit, dude. The dislike there was definitely a dislike between Twitch and Dr. Disrespect. That was very, very apparent. But who knows exactly the reason why that might have been. That may have been because of the whole, whispers and looking into all of that. Like, it's crazy.
Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry.
You couldn't be playing with them.
Want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the 2-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned.
Oh, wow.
Coincidence?
Oh, wow.
The Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch...
That is so interesting. Who knows if it's something he found out? Who knows if it's something that, he was like, I probably don't agree with this. It kind of went against Dr. Disrespect.
Partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team.
I just think that it's just like, yes, you could say all this, but you meet a dead end when you talk about minors. Once you get close to that, a lot of people and a lot of the outside is not going to be okay with that. Is not going to be, viewing this as like a justifiable thing, just because, especially right now at this time with the whole Chris Tyson thing, with the whole James Charles thing, you name it, like how many other streamers and YouTubers have been doing this. Vitaly is doing a whole thing with child predators. Like right now in this moment, it's really, really, really something that a lot of people are against, and I'm sorry, man, but like, I mean, you're flying too close to the sun there. But I said, there's gonna still be a lot of people who are gonna be fans of Dr. Disrespect. There's still a lot of people who was gonna watch him, But look at R. Kelly, look at Diddy, look at these other look at these other examples that people, they still kind of are fans of them.
That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the 2-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER
that
team,
guy
remember,
had it out for
Twitch's
him, huh?
law enforcement response team. He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team.
They can just do that, huh?
This director the whole damn thing. Is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a big time arbitration, okay? And, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation
as much as they
time.
did.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context.
Wait, does that mean that the legal files can now be obtained? Like people can actually see them, or like what's the whole? How are they going to be able to like get into that now that it's actually revealed about what's going on, or is it just their voices that he's able to speak out because they spoke out? I wonder how that's going to work.
From the whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour.
But I mean, it was a minor, right? Sorry, man. It's just like you can't really escape.
LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
Damn, bro.
As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed, they didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally.
Okay, maybe they didn't constitute it, but what was being said? They may have not found it to be like, okay, this is like a direct, like, it's going to lead into something, but it's still like, how inappropriate was it?
Messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the...
Twitch it just seems like Twitch just doesn't even want to deal with this. They don't even want to touch this anymore. They just want you out of here. We saw what we saw and we made a decision. Twitch has been very known to be doing that. Sometimes they do play favoritism, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do things in the best interest of the company, or maybe they found something that they found, credible, and they did something about it, but they will do something about it. Twitch has been known to do so, and that goes for other people as well. Like there's favoritism, they will allow certain things on the platform. Like that's kind of Twitch how it kind of is. If you've seen a lot of streamers and a lot of people who've talked about the experience of streaming there in the first place, there is a lot of favoritism. There is a lot of kind of community and kind of things that you build with relationships you build with different people.
Jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager.
I don't think they have to. I don't think they have to, but I can see justifiably why he's upset. Do I agree with anything that he's saying? I can see certain parts, and we'll get into that right now after the video. But yeah, I can see why he's upset.
Unbelievable! I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case, but these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. They didn't report any facts. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from...
I feel like it's a separate thing to, talk about, Twitch versus what is going on through the judge and kind of what the whole legal process is happening, because at the end of the day, there's still a company that can decide what they want to do with you. And if they decide, hey, we just don't like this guy and we don't want him on our platform, that they will, terminate you. They will kind of exile and make sure you're really uncomfortable. They have shown to do things like that, and also shown favoritism in the other way. Now, if a judge has said that, hey, these whispers are not necessarily sexting, or they're interpreting it as that, then that's what it is, and that's what he went through with the legal case. And that's, I can see why he's angry and upset, and also creating these narratives against him, and kind of fueling the fire that has already been happening with him. But also a lot of the streamers, a lot of his friends kind of backed away from him as well because of the whole allegations that were going on. A lot of people like Dr. Lupo, a lot of people like Tim, a lot of people like Zlander, they came out and said, hey, we kind of feel horrible about this. We don't agree with any of his actions. A lot of his statements do contradict with himself with the original tweet that he put out. So it's interesting to see him kind of backpedaling, and you kind of see that, and we're able to witness that at the same time. So there's a lot of weird things that are going on here, a lot of weird of mixtures of his truth, the truth, and their truth. And I think we'll never really know what's going on until we publicly see the dockets and see what's going on with the actual legal case and what happened and what was verbalized, what was shown, and everything like that. Who knows if we're actually going to be able to see that one day. The victim said they didn't feel threatened by it, but you could be a victim and still kind of not know that you're a victim. But let's let them answer that for themselves. And I don't know, man. He's returning to streaming. He had over 150 viewers the last time I saw him, so he did actually pretty well. A lot of people are still going to be accepting him. He's obviously going to be continuing to defend himself. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of changes through his whole programming, and a lot of changes through his whole kind of live stream and how he works around it. But man, it's pretty crazy to see this whole thing transpire. A lot of legal cases going on, but it has been 4 years, so it has been since 2020. Apparently his kind of ex-manager has some sort of vendetta against him. Who knows what that could actually before. I don't know. He didn't get into that. It was kind of vague. But man, there was people who definitely were out for Dr. Disrespect. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this whole process, what you think about what he said. I would love to know some of your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you also subscribe. But with that being said, hope you guys have a good day. Peace.